to my channel. Welcome to this reading for Sagittarius energy. Welcome back to those of you that have been watching my readings for a while. Thanks for coming back, and I hope that this brings some useful information. Welcome to anyone who's new to my channel. You don't have to be a specific sign to watch specific readings. We all have the energy of all 12 signs somewhere, and the readings are general. So what are the messages for Sagittarius? Sagittarius energy. I've started with the fire signs because I knew that that would really get me going into the, give me a momentum, basically. So 4 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Princess of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Universe, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. And underneath the deck is the Nine of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy. I feel that the focus of this reading is about moving into a new direction, and what you had previously built, or maybe the foundation that you were given as a child, or even later in life, the foundations that you were building, there's something about that where it did create a defeat, because you have the 5 of Swords, but there is something, and I like this 5 of Swords because it's Aquarian energy, but it's also, I see Pisces in this card, and it's like, what came of that defeat, that foundation that you built with someone, that you built in your life? Why did that basically turn into some sort of ego battle where you felt defeated? What was the foundation built on that created that? Because what it's telling me is that you have a chance here to go in a new direction, following your heart. Knight of Cups with the Universe and the Wheel of Fortune, and basically it's really simple. If you follow your heart, you will be in a new life, a new reality. Things will be completely different. It's the right time to do something as well, I feel. It's the right time to do something. Because you are following your heart, you will be meeting either a soulmate, or you will come into a period of time where you really connect with what you're doing. This could be a job or a relationship over time, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles, and after gaining a hell of a lot of information from why the foundations of the past created ego battles and defeat, and rubbed you up the wrong way, and your reactions to it, it basically activated something within you, because we've got fire and water, and this is very transformative kind of stuff, which basically is creating right in the middle, the focus of this is a new, something's opening up, and you, as long as you follow your heart with this, it's the right time to do it. So if you're looking for confirmation about whether you should do something, and you really feel drawn to it on an emotional level, and not out of anything negative like fear or insecurity or superficial rebuilding stuff because it didn't work before. This is a pretty grand kind of opportunity to go into a new direction. And it's saying follow your heart and take the information that you've learned. Go into some kind of deep space here during this Pisces energy, because the Hermit is looking back over something. I feel that you are the Hermit and you're looking back. What have you given your heart to before? Why didn't it work? What else did you give into it besides your heart that created kind of like a faulty foundation? I'm going to bring in a crystal for the Knight of Pentacles, and why does it have to be a long road towards meeting this soulmate or finding this because I feel like it's going to be a while until you really kind of see something that you want to give your heart to, and that's for a reason, so that you have a chance to look deeper into something. So the Knight of Pentacles could be a month, it could be a year, I don't know. It's just saying that it's kind of slow and it's steady, but it's also solid. It's not jumping into something so let's look at that Knight of Pentacles. Ancestralite. This is old wisdom. You're using, or will need to use, old wisdom so that it prepares you for this Two of Cups. So I want to see if this is someone new for you or something new, or if it's something from the past. Because to me, if you need to use some kind of wisdom and basically dive into it, into a depth of something to gain that wisdom, is it for the purpose of rebuilding a relationship, or is it something new? The Hierophant. And the Seven of Pentacles. Some of you, it's not even going to be a relationship, but it is for some people. You're going to be going into a sacred marriage of some kind in the future, and you'll need a lot of your soul wisdom. For other people, this is about connecting with a higher purpose, because the Hierophant is knowledge, wisdom. It's also about sacred systems, and can also, it's come up for me in personal readings as banks and things like that as well. But I feel that this is about there's a whole new way of doing something to avoid the same sort of failure of the past with the Seven of Pentacles. It's using time wisely as well. So let's look at the Ancestralite first and see how that comes in. I'm feeling like the rules of the past will not apply to what you're moving towards. So there's a certain amount of soul wisdom that you will need to implement into your physical life to create this new direction, this new foundation, because it's because it is part of your destiny to do this with the Wheel of Fortune. As a Sagittarius, you could be on a pathway of basically forging a path ahead of you for others in your life to learn from. For other people, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like what you're moving towards is a partnership that is pretty high, a high level of it's sacred. So Ancestral Light is about the ancestors, and the divination is to take note of your dreams. Family secrets come to the surface. A radical rethink is called for on all that you think you believe, and allow yourself to feel. The healing insight is the ancestors are all those who have gone before you, not just your bloodline. Heal them and you heal yourself. This is about manifesting the gifts from the past. And it's old stuff. It relates to prevailing attitudes and forbidden emotions that have been kept firmly repressed, as well as to ancient traumas and family dramas. So this is really interesting. I think that you're headed in a direction that is really significant, not just for yourself, but for the other person that you meet, or the people that will be involved. There's work involved. There's definitely work involved on a physical level. Garnet, which is passion, and Nirvana quartz, enlightenment. I just feel like that your passions will become so completely different than what they were of the past. Maybe you were someone who was passionate about race cars and, you know, being the best you can be in your field. And it shifts into, as you go into a soul path and this opening in this new direction, it shifts into that passion being for a higher purpose. And I want to say that it wasn't wasted emotions of the past. The defeat that you might have experienced, I think people around you learned, as well as yourself, something from that, and ignited and activated something within you, maybe on a subconscious level. So I'm going to bring in a crystal mandala for the universe. Power. This new direction and this opening is it is about your will, your ability to channel passion into something in this physical world. So let's look at Archangel Metatron in clear quartz with this power card. Number 1. It's interesting because it's goes in line with what I said. You wanted to be the best in something, or push yourself to a limit where you felt like you were doing your best. And This oracle brings you guidance about the nature of power within you. As part of your spiritual journey at this time, you are being given the opportunity to change your relationship to power. This may mean letting go of the fear of being powerful. It might seem strange to hold such a fear, yet if we look around the world today, there are many examples of those in powerful positions being exploitative and abusive rather than protective and empowering. And if there's any kind of energy that I think of when I think of rightful power that has the best interest of those around them, it's Sagittarius. So don't be afraid of the power that you hold with this Sagittarius energy, because I feel that during this Pisces energy, you might see an opening into a new direction for yourself that you'll think, okay, I'll need to have a lot of information, a lot of wisdom, a lot of my soul wisdom guiding me into this new, whatever it is. It could be that you are creating something where it is for a lot of people, a system of some kind where it helps people to channel this passion and power. Because Nirvana quartz is like enlightenment and cosmic evolution, and coupled with passion, this is something of a high meaning. It means something. So maybe the foundations that you built early on in life, you learnt how to use your power, and what's shifting now is you're using that power in a way that has a higher meaning and will benefit others. So it says that so some people abuse power rather than protect and empower others. Yet power itself is an essential component on the spiritual path. Without it, you will lack the energy needed to follow your dreams, take meaningful action, stand up for what is true for you, set priorities and honor them, establish clear and helpful boundaries with others, and become a courageous light, shining true even if others doubt or misunderstand you at times. Yet power can be misused when it comes from selfish agenda about serving one's own immediate needs rather than serving love. Maybe, not everyone, but maybe you did have a history of being selfish, of being self-serving with your power, and or you experienced that in some way. You learnt a lesson of selfishness, either through your own actions or the actions of someone else. There was a lesson that you learned in the past about the misuse of power. You'll know when you are using your power to serve love because it will feel strengthening to your heart, and you will become able to step forward on your life path, expressing yourself in a clearer, stronger, and more empowered way. As your light shines brighter, in this way, you'll be helping others as well. And it says, as you become more comfortable with owning your power, you will learn how to handle yourself in a way that is lovingly disciplined and strong. And you'll become even more willing to admit to the aspects of your character not constructive or helpful, without judging yourself, but whilst also acknowledging you are powerful enough to do something to heal an attitude or change a behavior that isn't supporting your soul. So I do feel like there's a lot of soul searching in this reading. So what is this direction, and how can Sagittarius? I'm going to use the Sacred Geometry deck. How can Sagittarius use this knowledge about power within themselves with this new direction? And what is this new direction? apart from what we can see here, is that this is an equal partnership. And it could also mean for some people that you're going to be stepping into a position of leadership or some kind of power. You'll be gifted with some sort of position where you will be using the knowledge of the past to avoid this kind of defeat and failure. There's also a message here about something needing to put in energy into something before it becomes too hard to deal with. Maybe you are going to be in a relationship where you'll need to be the wise one and not abuse that position. Something like that. So back to my question, what is this direction for Sagittarius with power? Miracle. So the frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. This is saying that there's an opening within the grand scheme of things at the moment of time and space, where you can anything is possible with this knowledge about yourself. And it comes down to your belief. And you have prosperity. So the frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, and soul and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and the riches that the universe provides. And what I'm seeing here is the universe is providing you an opening into a position of power of some kind, because you have gained all this knowledge of the past, poured your heart into something in the past, but went through a defeat because maybe there was selfishness involved. I'm not saying that you are selfish or were, but it's possible. I have known a selfish Sagittarius that had a good heart. So it could have been a lesson in selfishness. But I'm definitely feeling like there was an ego battle between you and another person, or you and something that you created, and wanting to be at the top of something. Maybe there was a foundation built because you had an idea of what it was to be prosperous, what it meant to you to be prosperous, and that is shifting. Maybe your definition of prosperity is shifting, but it's basically saying this new direction has to do with believing in your power, that you can create anything at the moment using your wisdom, and putting in a lot of energy and effort into building something that has a higher purpose. And the abundance, the universe will provide abundance. But what is interesting is that you have the Hierophant here with the Seven of Pentacles. And I'm not saying that that is negative, but I feel like there may be a tradition that you've been involved in that has caused failure, or a belief, a system that has created failure or stagnation. And it's really saying to channel your passion into a higher purpose. That's really what the message is. So to finish this off, I'm going to pull in a soul's journey message for Sagittarius. humor. And it mentions humor as well. It's like celebrating this life, celebrating your life, and do things that feel good, make other people laugh, really expand on that energy. I choose to focus on the lighter side. So this is about this passion and power, and using the energy of joy, humor, and like dancing, singing, all of that kind of lighter side of life, bringing it together. This is going to create something that you desire. Is what you desire in any way a lower frequency? If so, it will fail, is what it's saying. If it's attached to any kind of old belief system that causes people to fail. But I feel overall it's very positive and a powerful message for Sagittarius of how to use your power and your humor and your passion. So that's the reading for Sagittarius for this Pisces season. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'm sending you lots of love, and see you next time. Bye.